I often get the question, what is the reason why we now see that so many people are leaving planet Earth, often sudden and unexpected, and they are also often young people at the beginning of their life. What is the true reason and how can we handle it? And what is the deeper meaning behind this? What are the informations from the spiritual world? And a warm welcome on my YouTube channel. And if you want a weekly energetical and astrological update, please subscribe to my free newsletter. You find the link below the video. And also I start very fresh and new a heart community membership. And there you will get more information about the energies and how to handle it and how to be part of this big shift we are experiencing now. And if you are interested, you can sign up for my membership. It is a closed, exclusive group of people, and we are connected very near and very deep. If you want, please look, you find all the information also below this video. The subject of dying is not an easy subject, and it touches us all deeply. If we are experienced death in our family or of our loved ones, and it reminds us of the finality of life. And this brings often pain and sadness. And I also have lost in the last year a very important person of my life, my mother, and the pain and the sadness that is connected with losing somebody you love is really deep. And it is very difficult for us humans to process the death. And from our human level, we will never really find the answer, and never find an answer that will satisfy our mind. Only if we look from a higher perspective, we will find the answer that we are seek deeply in our heart. And we are right now in a big shift of energy and perception and of consciousness. And everybody has to decide, conscious or unconscious, on which earth he will live. But more about this in a moment. And in this special phase we are now, many people have a lot of issues, body pain or problems with the nervous system, with the heart, with the breath. They make weird perceptions of themselves, like feeling a stranger in your own body, or dreams that seems very realistic, or déjà vu experiences, or they are connecting to extraterrestrials in dreams or in astral projections. So much is happening now. And a lot of people are questioning the old world, the old system they live in for so long. Whether it is about the laws, the values we have, the regulations, maybe your own job, your own family, your loved ones, or the economic system. The old structures do for a lot of people not feel right anymore. Like living in a kind of a fake world. And from our human perspective, we experience our life like we are always the one person who is looking through our eyes. and that the outer world is shifting and changing, but we are always the same. But is this really true? Because it is not true. The truth is different. You and me, we are changing. We are changing every moment. I can clairvoyantly see the changes in the energy field of a person, in the aura of a person, and through our own changes. And these changes are connected to your belief system, what you believe in. You experience the outer world in your unique form. But it is not only your unique form you experience the outer world, it is literally your unique manifestation of your world. And this is your reality. Everything is energy, and we will learn more in the upcoming years how we can create the life that we want, and to live truly from our heart and from our own deeper understanding of ourselves, who you are and what your mission is here on earth. And yes, it is never the same world you are experiencing, basically at every moment. Your own consciousness decides on which world you are living. And even if you think the outer world looks the same than a second before, it is not the same. It cannot be the same. And now humanity stands at a pivotal point, because we will experience a much bigger shift, a much bigger splitting of the world than ever before. And people who are in a positive alignment, in a positive energy, who do not resonate with old negative and fearful scenarios, they will experience literally like a glass wall between them and very negative oriented people and circumstances. I know it is not easy to understand and to process these concepts, but it is only important to understand it from your heart, and only take this from this video which resonates with you. And when I am connecting to the higher rooms, to the higher dimensions, I experience life in a very different way. And our mind and our brain cannot really understand those higher frequency structures of existence, because it is beyond our human intellect. And this shift, this change takes place more and more. We will experience it. New, higher, vibrating energy floods in our energy field on the earth. And those high informed photon energy particles who come in our solar system, and they come from the photon belt. Maybe you heard from this high energy field that is located in the region of the Pleiades. And this high energy photon ring brings with it high energy in our solar system. And this helps us to level up our own frequency, because we are all frequency beings. We are all energy, and your frequency of energy determines your experience of life. And now we can integrate so much more light than years before, and this opens more and more our connection to our own higher aspects, like our higher self. Your higher self is a part of you. It is you. It is your personal being, but on a higher understanding of who you are. But why do we experience more souls leaving the earth plane, also young people? The reason why we experience all this basically lies within ourselves. Humanity itself has on a higher level, as part of the universal consciousness, decided that we want to make this change in consciousness, this awakening process, that we want this shift. And if you are interested in the changes that we will experience in this year, I will make a webinar on May the 28th. It is a free webinar. You can register now in the link below the video. We have to understand everything is experienced in cycles, in spirals. And there is a great cycle of around 26,500 years. And now we have half completed this big cycle, around 13,500 years. And we went in the phase of darkness, but now we are at the point of change. And we went from the destruction of Atlantis in this phase of darkness. And now we slowly begin to go back into the light, in the circle, on the half of the circle that goes back to the light. And people are waking up, and they will remember, and we will get more information about our true history. This will be revealed. A lot will be revealed by ourselves, because we start to understand more and connect to the universal Akasha Chronic, and there we can get our informations, but also we will connect more to extraterrestrial and get from there very important informations. And we have to understand everything is always right. And why do we experience so much souls or people leaving the planet Earth? We are at a crossroad, and souls who do not want to be part of this new Earth, because they have a belief system, and they believe in a lack of power of themselves. And if you think there is a dark side on the outside that controls you, that manipulates you, then you will experience this. But it is not really true. And you decide which scenario is the right for you. And those people who do not want to be part of this awareness process and to be part of a earth on a higher level, on a higher frequency, they often choose the scenario of leaving the earth, and mostly by death. But that does not mean that these people or souls who die will be lost in any way, because from the higher perspective, it is always right. It is always right what happens, because only your frequency determines your experience of life. It is always a choice. Everybody is free in his decision, and you can only experience the world that is in the frequency that you are in, because you manifest your outer world. That is so important. So it is always right. It cannot be wrong. And we so often think that the outer world is changing, but the world does not change. The only thing that changes is your consciousness, your belief system. And this determines your experience of your world. And you cannot change the world. You only can change yourself. That's the most important. And everything exists in the here and now. Everything. This is a universal law. There is not really movement in existence. Movement is only an experience we make. It is an experience of time and space. In reality, everything exists now. Everything. Every version of everything exists now. And this also means a version of yourself as a child or as an old person. Everything exists now. Also your death and your death body exists now. But it is only your consciousness that determines which version of yourself you are experiencing now. And this is for our brain too much to process. But it's easier to understand by an analogy of the film strip. If you go to the cinema and watch a film, then you experience a story with a beginning and an end. But if you go in the room where the film projector stands, you can see, and the film roll stands, there is no movement at all. The film you experienced is only, there are only fixed images, small pictures in a row. Everything exists at the same time, the start of the film and also the end. And so is our life. There are infinite possibilities that we can experience. Only our consciousness decides which image on the film roll you choose now and which you choose next. That's our life. It's all about our belief system, because what you believe in, you will switch in. And this will be your next frame, what you believe in. You're totally free. We will learn more and more what this really means for our life and how free you are. And the people who are leaving now this earth, these people, everybody of them has decided to leave on a higher level. We are all free. There is nobody deciding for us. There is nobody on the outside who is powerful, has more power over your decision. Nobody has the power to change your your decision. And the people who do not want to be part of this experience of the earth, of this shift in consciousness, this version of the earth, they will leave. And they use different possibilities to leave. Maybe an illness or a vaccination, maybe a war, or many other possibilities to leave. And after their death, they are planning maybe their next incarnation, maybe not on earth. And there is a lot beyond our understanding. My mom too chose this path about a year ago, and I know how painful such a separation can be, how much we wish that everything stays the same. But it is one of the most important things we do have to learn here on earth, to let go. To let go that we cannot control life, and that our love is so great, and that we are always connected, that death will not separate us, that we are always in connection. And in a few years the energy will be so high that we can perceive people who have died. They will be here in our field, and if we need them, we can easily contact to them. It is important to let go the idea of guilt or blaming others on the outside when a person dies. Of course, especially when it comes to a young person, we often feel it is not fair. But every soul knows best which experience is now right for the soul to grow and to learn. And especially the younger people who die, they very often choose this option to participate in another version of the earth. And they might only die in our version of the earth and not in another version. And there they can live on the life. And to live in the new age, the new earth, this means to recognize you have the power. You can manifest everything you need. You can create a life that you want. Nobody on the outside has control over you and can manipulate you if you do not choose it. And your energy frequency determines in which version of the earth you will live. And this will be experienced in the next years more and more, that we can really understand it. You are perfect and you are free, and no matter how negative somebody is, that does not matter you anymore. That is so important to understand. And please share this video with like-minded people, and thank you so much. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you. Namaste.